What's up, everyone? This is Xavier, your host, and welcome to the 210 Stockyard.
Week 1 is in the books, and Week 2 is soon approaching. And while not every outcome was to my liking, I am pleasantly pleased with the overall product that I saw. We got some toe drag swag, a Thicc 6, some sick spit, some big hits, and a miracle kick, all in just Week 1. So let's take a look at some of the action and all of the outcomes and stories out of Week 1, starting with the Merger Bowl. So here are all the scores for Week 1. Quick recap: champion versus champion. In my opinion, the game was a tale of two halves, with the Stallions coming out on top. So congratulations to the Birmingham Stallions and their fans. A good first win. Next up, we had the St. Louis Battlehawks taking on the Michigan Panthers at home. This one came down to the wire. It was a nail-biter, and it gave us one of the greatest stories to come out of Week 1 for a kicker. I won't go into the details of his background, but Jack Bates kicked an amazing 64-yard field goal to win the game. He hadn't kicked an actual in-game field goal since high school, so just crazy story overall. Next up, Easter Sunday, the early game at 11 a.m. Why, I don't know. But my San Antonio Brahmas took care of business and handled the DC defenders. We got a pretty awesome trick play out of that game too. The Brahmas end up winning 27-12 and leaving all of DC Nation just scratching their heads, to be honest. And the final game of opening weekend was the Memphis Showboats taking on the Houston Roughnecks at home. And I gotta be honest, of all four games, in my opinion, it was the least impressive. However, the Showboats were able to hold off the Houston Roughnecks and came away with an 18-12 victory. Here are your rankings after Week 1. The San Antonio Brahmas sit alone atop of the XFL conference. They were the only XFL team to win during Week 1, and let's see if they can keep that number 1 spot. The USFL conference is still up for grabs as 3 of the 4 teams all won their first game, but of course the champs are still up top at number 1. Out of the USFL conference, they did have the most impressive win. Now for some big news coming out of the rumor mill. Did you guys hear that on Monday, April the 1st / April Fool's Day, the UFL apparently filed 2 patents and trademark applications for 2 new team names? I honestly thought it was just an April Fool's joke. How convenient for that information to drop on April the 1st. So I looked it up myself, and there it is. I confirmed it with my own eyes. This is the official US Patent and Trademark Office site, uspto.gov. And as you can see, there's an application for the name and likeness of the Canton Bulldogs that is live and pending, and the owner is the USFL Enterprise. So to me, that just tells me that this is going to be a USFL team. And the second patent also is going to be another USFL team, also live and pending. It's the Nashville Tuners. I don't know what to think about that. Are they just going to be like some type of a music note or symbol? But yeah, the Nashville Tuners. And my first thought with this is, if there's 2 USFL teams in the works, why didn't we see any patents for an XFL team? Well, the obvious assumption here is going to be that the XFL didn't need a patent for new teams because they're probably going to bring back 2 former dissolved teams. So here are our choices. Personally, of course, I would love to see the Seattle Sea Dragons come back. I wouldn't mind the Wildcats, just not in LA. It's definitely got to be a San Diego team if it happens in California. Definitely curious about what you guys think about that. So it looks like the talk of expanding the league next year to 4 teams was more than just talk. I'm seeing some actual action taking place here. Moving on to the official UFL communications department, some major moves happened after the first weekend. Of note, the St. Louis Battlehawks released defensive end Alorm Lamore, and the Houston Roughnecks decided to add some help on the defensive side as they added Rashard Torrance II, safety out of Florida. But the major move that happened after the first weekend was the DC Defenders releasing Gene DeLance, and it's no surprise whatsoever. If y'all didn't hear about it, this is the guy that was ejected for spitting on another player.
Look at this guy, stop this guy right here!
59 spitting on a defensive player, and I'm going to eject
See
him.
if you can get a shot here.
Whoa.
Of what? They're saying
Yeah,
they're saying
59.
he spit at him and they're going to eject him.
Got 59 spitting on the
59.
defensive.
Okay, if you,
Behind the
if you
play.
got him and you
I'm
want
gonna
to eject,
eject him.
we're good with that.
I do.
Okay, go for it.
I do.
After the play, flagrant personal foul, number 59 of the offense. He's ejected.
Well, that's huge. I love the composure by Delonte.
Hey, get your man. Hey, your boy spit on me again, it's over. He spit on me again, it's over.
Yes, get your boy.
And with that, Jean Delance is no longer in the league. Now for those of you that are interested in the off-the-field analytics, the official TV viewer ratings for Week 1 are out, and starting with the Merger Bowl, that drew in 1.18 million viewers on Fox. The second game had a little bit more at let's just call it 1.35 million. And yes, I obviously see the decline in viewers on the very next day, starting with the San Antonio game, but again, 11 a.m. on Easter Sunday, 960,000 is a pretty good number. The same can be said for the Houston and Memphis game at 703,000 viewers. That game took place at midday, 3 p.m. Again, Easter Sunday, most families are out of church and having barbecues or events, and it's probably when the majority of Easter events were taking place. So for the game to still be able to pull 703,000 viewers, that's pretty good. Now by comparison, last year, the XFL's opening weekend had 2 games that hit 1.5 billion in viewership, but this was on an opening weekend without competition. And you guys got to remember that on Easter weekend, the UFL was also competing with the March Madness tournament that was happening. We also had the opening weekend for MLB. There was also NASCAR and I believe F1 events and just other things happening along with Easter. So very positive numbers in my opinion. And my takeaway is, yes, the UFL had a successful opening weekend, even when you're looking at attendance numbers. Here are the official attendance numbers from the Sports Business Journal. The first game had the largest attendance at over 14,000 in Choctaw Stadium. San Antonio was second with just over 13,000. And both the Michigan Panthers and Houston Roughnecks playing at home both drew in over 9,000 attendance. Major holiday, major sporting events, I'm okay with these numbers, and I'm more than willing to put money down that each game next week is going to draw more than what you're seeing here. Looking at the Week 2 schedule, it's the Memphis Showboats home opener, and I can damn near guarantee they're going to have more than 10,000 people show up for that. I can guarantee St. Louis will have about 30,000 people for their home opener against the Renegades. On Sunday, Michigan plays at home again against the defending USFL champs. Michigan's fandom spiked overnight because of that miracle kick. I can guarantee over 10,000 people at that game. And the weekend finishes off in Audi Field at DC as the Defenders have their home opener, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be a sellout crowd, and Audi Field seats 20,000 people max. So no matter what game you're viewing next week, I'm pretty positive that crowd's going to look really good. So definitely banking on attendance numbers damn near doubling for next week. And if you need proof as to why, here's a graphic that the Panthers Shadow put out. This was after the last game on Sunday, and they posted that in about 96 hours, the Michigan Panthers gained about 9.4 thousand followers across all their social media platforms, which is great, but it came in second to the XFL Brahmas' insane 51.3 thousand growth over all social media platforms in a 96-hour span. Those are incredible numbers, especially when you consider that the rest of the league also increased their followings overnight. You can see the numbers there. And in my opinion, these numbers are indicative of interest growing into the league, and of course the fan base growing, which equates to more viewers and bums in seats. Last story for the week, on the official UFL website, they posted their own early MVP power rankings. Matt Corral of the Birmingham Stallions came in at number 1. Chase Garbers was right behind him at number 2. I want to say Jordan Teamo was 3, and Case Cookus came in at number 4. If you had to choose after Week 1 who the MVP is going to be, who would you pick? Week 2 is fast approaching, just days away. The Brahmas will have another early starting game at 11 a.m. Central against the Memphis Showboats. And in my opinion, this is the game that has the most anticipation behind it. I think this is the game of the week for everyone. And you know what? I'll go ahead and make my predictions now. Alright, so I'm going to have the Brahmas beating the Showboats in a very similar score to last week, somewhere around the 27-12 range. I'm going to take St. Louis over Arlington. They're playing at home. It's going to be a damn near sold out crowd. If I know AJ McCarron, he's going to bounce back. And the Renegades are going to be off to a disappointing start, going 0-2. The second set of games, we have the Michigan Panthers at home taking on the Birmingham Stallions. And call me crazy, I'm going to take Michigan over Birmingham. That's going to be my upset special for the week. And I'm going to take Michigan beating Birmingham once again by a field goal. Let's just call it 23-20. And finally, we have the DC Defenders at home in Audi Field hosting the Houston Roughnecks. Houston did not impress, and I'm going with the home team again. I'll take DC over Houston 21-14. And that's it for the Week 1 recap. Some pretty good stories and exciting news coming out of Week 1 already. Let me know what you guys think. What was your favorite moment from Week 1? What do you think about the names of the potential expansion teams? If the XFL does bring back 2 of the dissolved teams, who would you like them to be? Do you think all the home teams are going to win during Week 2? What is your most anticipated matchup? Please like and subscribe if you guys are enjoying the content. Don't forget to hit the notification tab as well. And let me know what you guys think about the weekly recap. Was there a story I missed, something I didn't mention, maybe something I didn't expand on? I tried to keep it quick. I don't want to bog you guys down with just too much information, but I do appreciate everyone listening, and as always, stay tuned for more episodes of the 210 Stockyard.
Well, 58 is some kind of leg, and now look at this. They're going to motion here on 4th down and 11, and the punter, Brad Wing, takes the snap. He wants to throw. Brad Wing lofts it downfield, and it's caught to the goal line. Touchdown! It's the center, Alex Millette. Huh?